Very good. हाँ, आपने देख लिया इसको?
Yes.
Okay, please.
Thank you, sir.
Your medium of interview is English.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so first of all, without telling us your name and your district, your identity is this code number.
Okay.
So introduce yourself with this code.
I am 1090 and I have done my master's in philosophy from JNU and I did my graduation in Lucknow University, BCom, and I am also a trained Bharatnatyam dancer. I took a degree from Bhatkhande University.
Lucknow itself. Okay. So 1090 is your code number.
Yes.
Do you know something about this?
So it's the women helpline number of UP.
One more thing, because you also did applied economics.
Yes, sir.
So your roll number is very unique, and your interview date is also. Is there any similarity between your roll number and your interview date?
So I can resonate one thing with the interview date, that is the budget is released on the 1st of February.
No, in your this roll number and in your interview date,
Okay.
some numerics only 0 to 1. Your roll number is 211211
Yes, sir.
and your interview date is 122021. So only 1, 2 and 0. Okay, repetitions of the numbers. Okay. Now we start with your the subject. You also, your optional is philosophy,
Yes.
and you did you are doing or you completed?
I completed my master's.
Philosophy.
Yes.
First of all, I want to know what is the difference between the philosophy and darshan.
So, as far as I can think, philosophy is basically the deeper insight and the history behind the events and why they happen. And darshan, I think I can say it's the idea behind the events and not exactly the cause and effect, but the idea, like why is a particular thing in existence. But in philosophy, we study the existence and the science behind the existence.
So, in Western philosophy, there are two philosopher of school of philosophy. One say every negation is determination, and second say every determination is negation.
Yes.
Every determination is negation. One school. Second school say no. Every negation is determination. So, can you tell us which school I'm talking about?
So I think every negation is determination, involves a theory, and theory involves experience. So I think that would relate to empiricism. And every determination is negation would involve that we already have the idea of negation in our head. That would involve the rationalist school. I am not too sure, sir, but this is what I can think.
Very, very on right track. So the every determination is negation. The particular philosopher name. Any guess?
Sir, I can't recall at the moment.
So we also correlate this philosophy with Shankaracharya's philosophy, Neti
Yes, sir.
Neti.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now can you?
So, I think when Shankaracharya described that every determination is negation in sense of Brahm, he said that Brahm has no attributes, it's attributeless, and if we are trying to determine the attributes of Brahm, we are in a way limiting it. And that is why every determination becomes a negation, but we will never come to know the true nature of Brahm.
Okay.
And in Western philosophy, I think the philosopher who went close, I am not too sure, sir, but then I would say it's Hegel, because he tried to explain the evolution of society through determination and negation. He said there is a negation, that's the reason we are evolving.
Spinoza from determination to negation, and Hegel from negation to determination. So there is a bit confusion, but yes, on the right track. Okay, so studying this philosophy is all about theory and getting in the, you can say, layman words. If someone say which is not very practical, so a common man say, oh, बहुत philosopher बनता है,
Yes.
है ना? So everybody has its own philosophy.
Yes.
And when we talk about the philosophy, we think, oh, this is just for the theory only, the principle only, but it cannot be actualized. What is your take? And you are aspiring for the civil services.
Yes.
Do you think the subject help you in administration also, in practical way?
So I think that philosophy, by studying philosophy, it's very easy to relate with the human nature and the way humans think. So I think that philosophy can definitely help me a lot in the administration. For example, if I take Kant, his deontological aspect, where he has publicized it through categorical imperative, where he says that one's duty for duty's sake, and that is the ultimate goal of happiness. I think I can implement that very well in my service also, because at that point of time, I have to do what my duty demands and not what my mind or what my emotions prompt me to do.
Okay, just suppose this is again an idea.
Yes, sir.
Just suppose you are your first preference, I think DC.
Yes, sir.
You appointed as a DC of a particular area,
Yes, sir.
and Manrega as a SDM, you have to see the implement authority of Manrega. Just suppose. So, what kind of philosophy? Why this philosophy help in implementing the Manrega in the right way? How come?
So I think in Manrega, when it comes to the implementation and execution, I think I would implement the philosophy that was highlighted by again Kant, and so I'm sorry, I don't think.
Antyodaya. What about Antyodaya?
Yes, sir.
Sarvodaya?
Yes, sir. Sarvodaya principle and the Sevottam model, where
Yes.
citizens are kept at.
Okay. So now come some other areas, like because you are from you belong to Lucknow,
Yes, sir.
and you did your PG from JNU.
Yes, sir.
JNU is a very prestigious institution,
Yes,
no
sir.
doubt there. But somehow last few years it is not known for the good purpose.
Yes, sir.
So what is your take? What you believe there? What you feel there?
So I think a lot of it is also being popularized by the social media, and it involves a lot of vote bank politics also. But as a part of the institution, as I was a student there, I think that it is a very good place for students to study, and it definitely gives you a platform for a lot of co-curricular activities also. And that is why people keep exploring their area of interest, be it politics or be it the other sports that it keeps on encouraging, because we also have sports facilities there, and in terms of studies also there are a lot of opportunities. Then people from lower strata of the society are welcomed there. I have seen the kind of equality that prevails in JNU. The constitution provides us the rights and the right to equality. I have actually seen that being implemented in JNU, where we sit with all kinds of people with no differentiation and no discrimination altogether. So I think JNU is altogether a very safe place. And outside, the way it is being portrayed, I would not really want to comment on that, because it involves a lot of politics and the whole social media gets involved in it. But I think JNU leaves a positive impact on people.
Okay. How many villages in UP?
So approximately, I'm not really sure, but then I think 5 lakh approximately.
5 lakhs.
50,000 maybe.
No,
I'm not
okay,
sure.
you're
sir.
not sure. And
So-
how many panchayats? Because UP is all about the rural governance, you know. Uh, what is your urbanization rate of UP?
So I'm not sure.
Okay, just suppose you become SPM,
Yes, sir.
and in that area where you posted, this is very, the mentality is very patriarchal approach. And being a girl and female SPM, they are not accepting you. They are opposing why this lady come here. And this is basically rural belt. Okay. And you have to go and convince the female people of or the part of there that they come out and just break this mentality and come down in the mainstream. What will be your roadmap?
So for convincing the females
Yeah.
or everybody out there? So I think this requires a step-by-step approach, and this cannot be done in one day. But then I would want to work on the mindset of the people by spreading the awareness and telling them that how females are stepping out of their houses and acquiring powerful roles and making a name in the administration as well. And I think the patriarchy requires a behavioral change and the mindset change, and I would like to work on that.
You have done post graduation in applied economics also. So, what were the topics that you studied over there?
So it was related to basically different subjects that involve economics. For example, I studied the environmental economics, where they were trying to explain us that if there is a climate change problem, how will it affect the economy? And then we studied the business environment, that what kind of problems a business can face when it's trying to set up and when it's in the nascent stages.
There's something called TEB, the economics of environment and ecology. So, have you read about that?
So I've not really read about that in depth, but I've definitely heard about it.
So, slightly from economic side, you will find that in the post-COVID time,
Yes, sir.
the NPA is increasing, non-performing asset.
Yes, sir.
So, how to deal with that NPA? What government or what RBI can do about that?
So, if the initial steps I can see, then maybe what I would like to suggest would be that there is a thing called pre-analysis before we start lending loans to anybody, be it the infrastructure majorly, that the credibility is definitely checked. And I think that because of a lot of projects being in the pipeline and the outcome not really being on the paper and the policies being stuck, the loans have to be passed by hook or by crook initially, and that is the reason that the loans are being advanced on the guarantee but the outcomes are not being met.
If you take into account, you have read about application of economics, say for example, economics in ecology. So, what is the impact of this rice wheat cycle in case of Punjab? The present agriculture opposition to your the policy is basically about only about MSP. Now, what is the negative aspect of agriculture in Punjab at present?
Negative aspect, if we take into consideration the protest.
Agriculture, not protest. They have the right to protest. What is the negative aspect of the present day rice wheat cultivation cycle in Punjab?
Okay. So I think that this monoculture practice that they have adopted, the monocropping where only rice and wheat is being grown, I think it definitely impacts the soil conditions there because, okay, I have to answer from the economic perspective.
Ecological perspective also, because you are from applied economics. So what is the ecological impact? I am focusing on ecological impact of this rice wheat cycle.
I think, sir, that it's really important that multiple crops that suit the soil condition there are grown and not just one type or two type of crop, because Punjab and Haryana is the area where the green revolution.
Very good, that is true. But what is the negative impact now?
I think it degrades the soil continuously.
Groundwater table has gone
yes,
down
sir.
drastically. That
Because
is more than 80% of the water block in Punjab are facing severe crisis.
Yes, sir.
Okay, there is a concept nowadays being suggested that globalization has reached its zenith. Now, in fact, protectionism is making a way back. Whether we call it Atmanirbhar Bharat or whether in US, and some way of protectionism is coming back. So, what is the way forward? Whether we should go for globalization or there should be, you can say, certain amount of restrictions should be there.
Brexit is also a great example of
Brexit, even whether US or most of the, so because most of the country have not achieved what they thought they would achieve with free trade.
So, if I want to answer this, I would like to say that anything that is left uncontrolled is definitely not going to result in a very positive impact that we think it would. And that is why globalization left unchecked would definitely, after a while, start declining. And that's the reason I think protectionism is taking its hold in the market.
Now, you have many companies which are paying zero tax. For example, Google and other. Many companies are paying zero tax based in some tax haven or with that country where we have signed any agreement. tax agreement and they are utilizing it. What can be done for these companies? For example, many of them, you are especially from Net, Google, Yahoo, and number of these tech-based companies where you will tax them. So, what is the way out for them, these companies, so that they also pay a certain amount of revenue or tax to the state?
So I don't think right now I have the adequate knowledge to answer this. I will read on that.
Now, if you compare cities like Singapore
So
or Dubai or Hong Kong, what India can learn from it and what can be implemented in India? Based on the model of 2-3 cities, I have given example, Dubai, your Singapore and Hong Kong. What we can learn from them and where we can implement such policies in India.
So I think if we start with the infrastructure, I think the government is taking good steps with the smart city program and the infrastructure is being improved. The other thing I would like to say, in terms of Singapore, not really sure about Dubai, is about the
These are
culture.
trading hubs. I will give a
Yes.
hint. These are trading hubs. So where you can set up trading hubs in India.
So I think
All these three are trading hubs. They are not manufacturing. Singapore is not a manufacturing hub. These all are trading hubs.
okay, so
So where you can go for trading hubs in India. You are from commerce background. So where you can set up trading hubs in India.
So I think Gujarat, where the government is working, is one great option, and all the coastal cities and their infrastructure can be improved to make them a major trading hub. And also, I think in northern India, all the industrial belts that we have, I think
Okay, you are trained classical dancer.
yes,
Dancer. Okay. And Lord Shiva is the creator of dance.
yes, sir.
Okay. So I want to know about the word Tandav. How this word has been derived?
So Tandav was basically the reason that it evolved, and the reason it came into being was because it expresses the anger. And when there is anger, there are a lot of feelings involved with this.
Okay. Tell me one thing. You have told about that it only express anger.
Yes, sir.
But Tandav is of two types. Ananda Tandav is also there. Rudra Tandav is also there. So how you have only focused on that it is a when anger, expression of anger.
So I think anger plus passion. So whenever there is passion and there are aggravated feelings, that gives rise to something like Tandav. That is,
But there is a Ananda Tandav also.
so that I haven't heard about.
Okay, you are master in Bharatanatyam. Na?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It is also known as flame dance.
Yes, sir. So because the kind of energy it's there in the dance when it is performed, because of the items that there are there in Bharatanatyam, especially when it comes to Tillana, the rapidity and with the speed that the steps are done, it's often known as fire dance.
Or it is said to be incorporation of manifestation of fire in the dancer body.
So while I was performing, there was nothing like I mean it's a phrase that can be used because the way it is being performed, because it has been compared with a lot of other classical dances which are not as rapid, and the way they are performed are not really at par with Bharatanatyam.
Tell me your roll number in Hindi.
I can try.
Okay.
21,1211.
ऐसा होता है क्या? ये तो राहुल गांधी जी जैसा आपने कुछ.
Actually, I forgot.
First you please tell in English.
I confused the digits. I'm sorry. Just give me 1 minute.
अच्छा, what is your roll number?
211211.
Okay, now
Okay.
count.
2,11,000. No. 2,00,000.
Yes, you are on the right track.
2,11,211.
Now in Hindi.
2,11,211.
आज जो आपने मैथ हिंदी में जो मैथ आंकड़े बोले तो मत बोलिए.
इसलिए मैं हिंदी ले आता हूँ.
हाँ,
ठीक है.
पूछिए इनसे. यूपी में काम करना है.
यूपी में आपको काम करना है, बहुत सारे रूरल एरियाज हैं. तो मेरा एक क्वेश्चन है, आप एक महिला हैं, तो आपने यूपी में देखा कि जो पंचायत हैं, उन पंचायत ने महिलाओं के एम्पावरमेंट में क्या रोल प्ले किया है?
ओके सर। सर मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि पंचायत में सिर्फ एक विश्वास होना कि हमारे जितने भी मुद्दे हैं, शायद अगर हम अपनी आवाज़ उठाएंगे और वहाँ तक लेकर जाएंगे और उस पे कोई भी सुझाव हमें दिया जाएगा, शायद ये ही एक बहुत बड़ा आश्वासन है एक महिला के लिए अपने घर से निकल के अपनी समस्याओं को वहाँ तक ले जाना। तो मुझे लगता है कि बहुत बड़ा योगदान है आज की डेट में पंचायत का, कि उन्होंने लोगों को अपनी समस्याओं को एक ऐसे स्तर पे पहुंचाया है जहाँ पे वो अपने घर से निकल के आपसी डिस्कशन के साथ वो मसला हल किया जा सकता है।
पंचायत के बारे में कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में प्रोविजंस कहाँ पे हैं?
सर 73rd अमेंडमेंट 1991 के थ्रू ये आया था 11th शेड्यूल।
अभी आपकी अप्लाइड इकोनॉमिक्स हम लोग देख रहे थे,
यस सर।
यूपी गवर्नमेंट ने 1 ट्रिलियन इकोनॉमी की बात की है। उन्होंने टारगेट रखा है कि 1 ट्रिलियन इकोनॉमी हम यूपी को कन्वर्ट करेंगे।
यस सर।
तो अगर आपसे सजेशंस मांगे जाए कि 1 ट्रिलियन इकोनॉमी को कन्वर्ट करने के लिए यूपी को क्या सजेशंस देना चाहेंगे गवर्नमेंट को?
सर गवर्नमेंट ने वैसे तो बहुत प्रोग्राम्स अभी चला रखे हैं जो कि मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि बहुत ही सही डायरेक्शन में है। जैसे कि 1 डिस्ट्रिक्ट 1 प्रोडक्ट स्कीम जो उनकी है, तो जो भी वो हैंडीक्राफ्ट्स को प्रमोट कर रहे हैं वो उनको एक प्लेटफॉर्म देगा और आगे चल के इससे रेवेन्यू जनरेट होगा। तो मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि ये बहुत अच्छा स्टेप है। हाँ, मैं ज़रूर इसमें कुछ ऐड करना चाहूँगी। जैसे मुझे लगता है कि अभी भी यूपी में काफ़ी जगह ऐसी हैं जो कि एक्सप्लोर की जा सकती हैं, जहाँ पे इंडस्ट्री सेटअप हो सकती हैं, जहाँ पे एक बेटर इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर हो सकता है। तो मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि उस पे भी अगर फोकस किया जाएगा तो बहुत अच्छे से जो स्कीम्स ऑलरेडी चल रही हैं उसके साथ भी अगर हम ये थोड़ा सा करेंगे, इस ओर अगर हम ध्यान देंगे, तो जहाँ तक है यूपी वाकई में एक $1 ट्रिलियन इकोनॉमी।
यूपी में वुमेन सिक्योरिटी का इश्यू है।
यस सर।
सपोज दैट जिस दिन आपका इंटरव्यू है,
यस सर।
आप इंटरव्यू देने के लिए एकदम राइट टाइम पे निकली
यस सर।
और सेकेंडली आपने देखा कि एक महिला को कुछ लोग किडनैप कर, क्या होगा आपका रिएक्शन? अपना एग्जाम इंटरव्यू देने जाइएगा या उनको बचाने के प्रयास करिएगा या कैसे मैनेज करिएगा चीज़ों को?
सब पहले तो मैं विमेन हेल्पलाइन नंबर जो हमारा है 1090 उस पे कॉल करके सबसे पहले उनको सूचना देना ज़रूरी समझूंगी। उसके बाद मैं देखूंगी कि मेरे पास कितना समय है और मैं किस हद तक वहाँ पे जाके मदद कर सकती हूँ, क्योंकि शायद मैं अकेली होंगी और मुझे भी कुछ लोगों की ज़रूरत पड़ सकती है। तो मैं पहले उस सिचुएशन को असेस करूँगी और उसके बाद सर मैं डेफ़िनेटली मेरे से जो भी हो पाएगा मैं वो करूँगी, लेकिन इंटरव्यू भी क्योंकि मेरी प्राथमिकता है, तो मुझे वहाँ पे भी जाना ज़रूरी होगा।
सपोज दैट आप डिप्टी कलेक्टर हैं
यस सर।
और किसी मुद्दे को लेकर के पब्लिक थोड़ी सी एग्रेसिव थी और आपके ऑफिस का उसने घेराव कर लिया,
यस सर।
तो ऐसी स्थिति में आप कैसे उस पब्लिक को टैकल करिएगा? और आप अकेले हैं, किसी जगह पर दूरस्थ क्षेत्र में हैं, तो कैसे टैकल करिएगा?
सर एक चीज़ जो मैं मानती हूँ वो ये है कि मेरे अंदर कन्विंसिंग पावर है और इस वक्त सबसे ज़्यादा ज़रूरी अपनी बात को दूसरों तक पहुँचाना और जो पब्लिक है उनकी जो उत्तेजना है उसको समझना। तो मैं अपनी तरफ से ये प्रयास करूँगी कि उनके जितने भी ग्रीवेंसेस हैं मैं उनको सुन सकूँ अच्छे से और अपनी तरफ से उस सिचुएशन में जो भी उनको मैं बोल सकती हूँ वो मैं अच्छे से बोलूँ और पर्सुएशन पे मेरा ज़्यादा जोर रहेगा और मैं चाहूँगी कि मैं अपनी बातों से उनको कन्विंस कर सकूँ।
इसी बात पे अभी हमारे फार्मर्स बहुत, आप देख रहे होंगे, अनरेस्ट है और जो है बहुत सारा विद्रोह, बहुत दिन हो गया है, विरोध चल रहा है। प्राइम मिनिस्टर ने आपको नियुक्त किया आपकी कन्विंसिंग पावर को देखते हुए।
यस सर।
और समिति में आपको पता होगा सुप्रीम कोर्ट के तहत एक समिति भी बनी और किसी एक सदस्य ने छोड़ दी किसी कारणवश।
यस सर।
दोनों ने आपको प्रमोट किया और वीटो देके भेजा है कि आप जैसे चाहेंगे आप सरकार की तरफ से वीटो कर सकते हैं और आपको कन्विंस करना है किसानों को। 2 मिनट बोल के बताइए कैसे कन्विंस करेंगे आप किसानों को?
सर मैं ये कहना चाहूँगी,
In which language you find you comfortable, you can use English, Hindi,
लेकिन वो किसान है, अंग्रेजी नहीं समझेगा।
तो अगर मैं किसानों के सामने हूँ तो मैं उन्हें ये कहना चाहूँगी कि सिर्फ एक चीज़ पे टिके रहना और ये मान लेना कि वही सही है और बदलाव को अपनाना नहीं, ये कहीं से भी हमें आगे नहीं बढ़ाता है। हम अगर समझदारी से बैठ के इस बारे में बातें करेंगे और यकीनन अगर समझ पाएँगे कि जो लॉज़ हमारे लिए लाए गए हैं, वो हमारे हित में भी हो सकते
किसान
हैं।
कह रहे हैं आप सरकार की एजेंट हैं, आप एसी कमरे में बैठ कर पॉलिसी बनाती हैं, आप जेएनयू की स्टूडेंट हैं, हमने खेत देखा ही नहीं है।
स तो मैं ये उनसे कहना चाहूँगी कि मैं एक पब्लिक सर्वेंट हूँ और मुझे आपकी सेवा के लिए ही नियुक्त किया गया है और मैं आप ही लोगों के बीच में रह के ये काम करूँगी।
What is the philosophy of your life?
Philosophy of my life, to ultimately attain happiness in whatever I'm doing, and that is the end goal, and that is what I always aim whenever I'm pursuing something.
In one of the question you discussed about JNU issues and you try to make a better side of the JNU. No issue, it is, and we must have to protect. On the other hand, if you look into Article 19 to the Constitution of India in respect to right to freedom of speech and expression,
Yes, sir.
I hope you must be well aware of this right.
Yes, sir.
Recently, Supreme Court had come out in support of that through Sedition Act by making some changes in that Sedition Act 124A. What was that? What was the point of Supreme Court? To defend the right to freedom of speech.
So I'm not aware of it. I'm sorry. I'll
Okay,
have to
no
read
issue.
on it.
Again, you must be well aware of the self-help groups.
Yes, sir.
And recently, UP government had disclosed the entire perspective of it in terms to the self-help group to women. Recently, some 6-7 days back. So my question is, how far the self-help group has changed the life of women in Uttar Pradesh?
So I think that self-help group in itself was a good step, and they have definitely changed the life of a female because they have started seeing it as a self-employment uh, perspective. And that is the reason that today, when even they are extending, even when they are going for loans from banks, they are being extended loans just because they have the support from a group and they can open their own small business, whatever they want to do. And
This is the layman's answer. Since you are PG from economics, so some data should be there no, in terms of UP. The government has came out with the entire data.
so I'm not aware of the facts right now. I will have to read on that.
Okay, anyway. What do you believe yourself to be an empowered woman? Are you empowered?
If I have to answer this from my family perspective, yes.
No, from your perspective.
Okay, from my perspective, yes, sir, I think I'm empowered.
It means you might be knowing about the entire rights tendered to you in the constitution. To you means to female. Can you
Yes,
make
sir.
it? Can you point it out? What all are those articles that makes a woman more empowered in terms of constitution?
So I would like to start with the same article that you also mentioned, Article 19, right to freedom of speech and expression. Then Article 25, right to practice and profess right to freedom of religion. Article 21, right to live my life with dignity. Then also right to privacy. And I think that to a greater extent, these rights, I am able and free to practice these rights.
What about Article 23? What about Article 14, 15, 17?
14, sir, I would not really comment on right to equality as of now because there are few areas, a lot of areas, in fact, where I don't think that women are treated at par with men.
You must have heard about equity when it comes to equity. It is equal amongst the equality among the equals. In that, some provisions has been given to the women especially. Anyway, look it out. My last question.
Yes.
If we want you to suggest from economic perspective to make the villages of UP a smart village, what economic model you are going to suggest?
So I would definitely want to start with a lot of investment that is required in terms of the basic amenities that are required in the villages, and that would definitely involve a lot of toilets which are still not there, and basic amenities like water, electricity, which has still not reached a lot of villages, and definitely for the health sector and education, more importantly, because I think that the schools that are there in UP at present, I don't have the exact statistics right now, but then they are not really catering to all the people of a particular village, because there is one school for 2-3 villages, and that is the reason a lot of people have commuting problem, and that's the reason they are not able to send their children to school. So I would like to start.
Cycle can be provided. Cycle can be, each village cannot have it is a very good idea to think that each village has a school. But in practice, you can provide cycle both to girls and boys. In many of the state, girl children have been given this benefit. You provide them a cycle.
So that is a step that we would work on.
Okay. So from philosophy side, again, your view. I think so I am, or I am so I think.
Sir, if I have to support Descartes' view, it would be I think so.
Your view.
And my view, I think I am so I think.
Last question for the road. True quality, what do you find in yourself that it distinguishes from us?
So I don't think I can aptly say that I am different from the other by listing these qualities, but this is what I think I have, and that is that I am a patient listener, and I like to work collectively, and I'm a cooperative person.
Okay, last question is this. There are 3 terms: liberty, freedom, and independence. Why we use differently these 3 terms?
Liberty, freedom, and independence. I have to list down the differences. So, liberty is definitely synonymous with freedom. I would not say it's absence of restraint. It's a very utopian idea which cannot be followed. That's the reason I would say liberty is freedom, but definitely with some restriction. And freedom is feeling from the inside that we are free. That's when I can say. And independence is we are not under anybody's authority.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.